Again.
My first strategy is working with others in my lane, as we're crammed for space. We've implemented this by nominating one person to create a training session for each day, and we're sharing this around with everyone at the moment. This is working well because it means that we're all on the same page and doing the same things, so we aren't clogging up the lanes trying to do our own thing. I can put this down to everyone buying into this same strategy in order to make the lane work well. Other things that make our lane work well is that everyone has a good attitude and wants to work hard to match our goals and to make the required time. I'm going to continue the strategy as we all need to continue working together so we can continue to improve with our swimming and improving to match our goals of passing the standard. My second strategy is training with a friend in my lane. This means that I'll try a lot harder when I'm swimming. This means that when swimming with a partner, we will push each other to the limits. I've implemented this by asking people in my lane to help me by pushing me along. I've asked Scott and Kyle so far to train with me in our lanes. This is working because it means that when I'm training, I push myself to the limit more frequently for the whole session, which means that I'm getting more out of the session instead of cutting them short and taking shortcuts. I also think the strategy helps me because it makes everyone else in the lane work a lot harder. As two people are trying hard, everyone just tries to keep up as they don't want to be known as a slacker. I'm going to continue the strategy because I believe that it's helping me with my strategies because I work harder each time. This way I get more out of each session and train a lot harder and getting pushed not only by myself and for my own accolades but also to help the group out a bit more. My third strategy is to do an extra session. I have to do an extra session a week to imply overload. I've not implemented this strategy very well as I struggle to get in the extra sessions each week. It isn't working as I struggle because to get to the pool because I'm either training or coaching after school. I put this down to poor time management and too many other commitments. I did not think that through when I wrote out the strategy, but I still think I will continue with the overload strategy. Instead of doing this with an extra session, I now intend to train for longer at the end of each sessions by swimming more and swim more distance to improve my work rate. I'm going to continue with the overload strategy but scratch the extra session as that there is pretty much what's the word? It's too hard to get done with all my other trainings. My last strategy, fourth and final strategy, is manage what day I swim. This makes sure I continue to train hard each time. I've implemented this by no longer swimming on Fridays or days before rugby games, as I found that I would not train as hard in the pool and my sessions became a waste of time almost. I changed my swimming days to match this, which means when I swim I can swim harder. I didn't think about having a light anaerobic session, which then could help me loosen up for my rugby and improve my swimming. That is benefits of having good stuff like Mr. Pone said. Anaerobic sessions will help you loosen up and be more beneficial for both parts. I intend to keep the strategy as it will help me a lot, with meaning that when I train harder, but instead of not swimming on the days before my trainings or games, I will just do lighter sessions to keep loose and to also help my swimming out and my rugby. That was poor.